Hello everybody, welcome back to Back Out of the Case. This is Skyflight 44, aka Zect44, and today I'm going to be continuing to play The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. We're finally getting into Helm's Deep. On hard, this is a bitch, because of... there's a difficulty spike. A noticeable difficulty spike. Mainly because in these three missions that we're going to be doing in Helm's Deep, it's not necessarily your death that will constitute failure. There are other objectives that we have to do. Now in this one, we have to knock down ladders so that we don't get overrun. This isn't too bad, but it can get difficult on hard just because it's real easy to get overrun, and enemies will try to hit you while you're trying to run and knock down the ladders. Sometimes, actually, to be honest, this is the one mission in the entire game in which you want the enemy to attack you at certain points just because of how useful it is. There are going to be, in a little while, times when the enemy has a fire arrow volley that will come down and basically it'll hurt you for quite a lot of damage, but it'll also hurt every single enemy that gets in its path for a very large amount of damage right there. That will kill off so many different enemies if you're lucky. And trust me, you will, when that bar on the upper right gets too far, you're going to be hoping that comes to help you. Now, the entire reason I actually like using Legolas for this is the fact that arrows are, quite up there with upgrades. Especially if you could actually have gotten mithril arrows by this point. It's definitely going to be something you're going to want just because, well, it's not too difficult to get a perfect, go into perfect mode here. And once you do, just being able to shoot as many enemies as possible really, really does help. Now the enemies start as these little goblins, then they start throwing at you the regular orcs, and they start throwing at you the shielded orcs. After that, they start throwing just pure urukai at you. When it gets to the urukai, that's generally when you're going to want to abuse the entire perfect mode thing. Because that generally at the very end, they're not going to be having any shields. You can just go plow right through them with your arrows, and that's going to be fun. I actually do that in this one. But again, if you can actually go and get used to getting a good like Orc Bane or Band of Saruman off on some of these guys, to get into perfect mode quite easily, that would be very useful. Not to mention, you can also kick enemies off the wall. That's fun. It may not happen all the time, but that is a lot of fun, trust me. Now, out of all three of these missions, this one's the least hard. This one's actually the easiest. And this can still give you a lot of shit. Oh shit, I believe that's, yeah. I believe that means urukai now up here. The mission's not coming to a close, but it's getting a bit closer to being done. This actual mission is a bitch when you actually This mission's just terrible when you actually do this on hard. Not as much as the next one. The next one is the only other mission in the game in which you're most likely going to fail because... Oh, I just kicked off the Urukai. Oh, damn, what was I talking about? When the Uruk fell, I just completely forgot. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the next mission is the only other mission you're actually going to die on. You know, fail because, well, you couldn't actually go and you couldn't actually protect your objective. This being the wall, and the next one's going to be a little gate door thing, and let's just say the last one, while you're still protecting another one of those, another gate, you're not going to fail because of the gate. On hard, you're most likely going to fail because you just outright die. That one is difficult, and that one, for the longest time, I could not beat with every single character on hard. I just couldn't do it with Gimli. I have no idea how I did it with, you know, Legolas, considering the fact that Legolas has a lot less health than Gimli does. And generally, it tends to be that having, you know, having more health would actually be a lot more useful than just, you know, having better ranged attacks. Now, right here. Oh, shit. They're coming in with the good shit now. Catapults. Oh, well. Stay the hell away from those. Hey, those guys are all dead. You want to know how much damage I can do to you? Oh, you don't want to know. Don't even think about it. It should already be scary enough. But for the most part, after you see that, there's only going to be really Urukai on the wall now. And that means we're getting very close to just being finished with this actual level. Now, recommended upgrades. Well, make sure you have the best ranged attacks you can actually have at this point. Go for power and health. You're going to want health as much as possible. The other ones, you didn't really need it. But you need a buffer between you and death later on. Now, I have said, you know, multiple times that this actual, what was it called? Damn it. That these first few missions aren't going to be too terrible when it comes to you dying off and more, you just losing your objective. You are going to want the health to make sure that you don't fail.
I got 19.
Then we are level.
Oh, hell no. I killed a lot more than 19. Ah, damn. Oh well. They are going to successfully blow up the wall. And now for the next mission. Easily the hardest objective to complete. Just because of a couple of different reasons. Mainly the final part of the actual mission is where you're going to fail. Because you have to be quick or you're just screwed. You're screwed. The next one is going to be Breached Wall. I'm going to be using Gimli. Gimli's probably not the best for this, considering we're going to be relying on ranged attacks quite a bit.
The women and children are being trapped.
Get them to the Great Hall.
This is gonna suck.
Hold them here or at the keep.
Come on, Gimli. Yeah, we have to protect the gate, and they're going to be throwing everything at us. Everything. even I believe berserkers, and a fucking troll, along with these bomb dudes, and I'm not going to spoil it, something a bit more dangerous than a troll or these bomb dudes. But there's a lot to kill here. And just throwing it out there, this isn't the easiest one to get a perfect on either, just because it has to do a lot with trying to gain, just, you know, get into a perfect mode before getting to attack these guys, because one hit kills them, and that doesn't really leave a lot for going and actually doing, you know, being able to build up the meter. Not to mention doing a actual, what was it called? Doing a combo on them is not really going to work too well either, because any melee attack's just going to make them, you know, it's just going to make them explode, and if you get hit, you've just lost your perfect meter, or well, you just lost your entire meter. But they're going to be sending orcs to destroy that gate. They're also going to be sending orcs, archers, and these bomb guys all at the same time. You have to juggle them. Not to mention the shield guys and the unshielded guys are going to be coming out at the same time. Although the best is being able to do right that. Just getting a good hit on them while you're, you know, just going for the bombs while they're all clustered together. Not all that bad. But if you can actually go and get a nice fury attack like that, that's going to be pretty helpful. Going for combos, all that. It's nothing we haven't seen before. But this mission's a long one. While the first mission was, what, like 8 minutes long, this one's going to be like 10. This mission goes on for quite a long time. That's one thing I will say about the difficulty spike. That is definitely here. And the Helm's Deep levels. It's just, damn, it's not so much what they throw at you. It's the fact that it just continues on and on. You're so used to actually not having these long-ass missions. And then this mission's just exactly that. It's a long-ass mission. Not all that useful. Now, if you have to go and hit those guys, go and do so. If they're close, you don't want them to get to that door, because you want as much health for the end, because you can't protect it at the very end. It's a kill or be killed moment, not so much a defend sort of moment. Oh well. Yeah, they're crowding me now. Oh, Gimli, you're a dwarf. You can take an explosion to the face. I believe in you. Oh shit. No, for a second I thought that was a berserker. They don't come until later. No, I don't know if the actual armored Urukai actually come, or is it just the regular Uruks? I don't know. That guy went right after me. Good thing he didn't go out the gate, or that would have been quite a lot of damage. But as you can see, they are good crowd killers. Crowd control, everybody. Ah, damn. That one was a bit too close. Oh well. Now, there's a little sneak preview between this game and the next one. To just hype a few of you up a bit. If you actually haven't seen The Return of the King, well, not, you know, more so the actual game than anything else. It's very similar to this. It's not so... The objectives that you actually have to complete are still there, but they generally not as, you know, metery as this game has it. It's, well, that is true and it isn't. There are actually a couple of missions where you know, have to protect people and all that shit, but it's not as frequent as in this game. There's a lot more characters. The actual, they've added a couple of things like a special ability that I forget about constantly. And to be honest, if I didn't actually look at the upgrade list, I wouldn't have even noticed that it was even there. It's that inconsequential, but that is a nice little addition. They've added quite a lot of combos. Not to mention, what was it? That they've actually differentiated all of the 300s a bit more. Gimli doesn't necessarily do everything that Aragorn does, and so on. Not to mention, they also have Gandalf in that one. And Gandalf is a hell of a lot of fun. Holy shit, he's definitely my favorite character to actually use, just because fucking magic. Not to just being able to go and have his Fury attack. His Fury attack's absolutely amazing. Basically, it's that move where he actually goes and thrusts his staff into the ground, and then there's this huge, like, shockwave. You know that fucking amazing power and Battle for Middle-earth 1 that pretty much kills anything right near Gandalf. Yeah, it's in the game. It's pretty much as useful as any other of the Fury attacks, so to be honest, I've only really started to get into Fury attacks in this game. This game, holy shit, I didn't know that Fury attacks were so good. Thank you, Bomb. You've really helped me out there. I hate the Berserkers. The Berserkers, damn. I used to use the rising attack method to actually go and kill them off. In which, if they actually, you know, attack me, just let them come back in, and then the rising attack will actually push them out. But, oh well. Hey, look at you! You're dead. Thank you. Gimli, you're so freaking powerful. You killed that troll in one hit. Actually, I believe that's the first time we've actually shown trolls going down in one hit. That's the power of the Fury attack. Oh shit. A catapult! A fucking catapult! Yeah, they mean business. Now, there's a time limit. You can't stop it from attacking. There's no way for you to stop it from attacking. You have to destroy it as quickly as possible. There are a lot of Uruk-hai and orcs over here ready to kick your ass and stop you from getting near it. That's annoying. Let's just say that this is a good part for Gimli. Because Gimli is so freaking strong with his fierce attack. That's going to be useful. Now there's 3 sides to this actual catapult that you have to go and destroy. If you can actually go and destroy the sides, the wood, like right there, the wood's just going to disappear, and then you can continue on. But look how much damage is already done to the actual door. This is why you have to keep as much health on that door as possible, because you need it. Damn. Granted, this would have been much harder on hard. This is arguably the hardest mission in the game. If you're actually good, if you're like really good with the actual controls. Because it's not all that easy. Yeah, I believe that move right there is actually probably Gimli's Orc
They
Bane.
never stand back up after I have hit them.
Again, it's sort of this.
We have held women and children as safe.
The Bane attacks are very flashy, very nice to look at. But there's some precision to how you can get them off. But I have one last thing. Well, the final mission in the game goes, except for the extra mission, but the final real mission in the game. Oh, look at all that! Look at all those kills. There was a lot of things to kill in this actual mission. But there's one last thing I really want to talk about when it comes to the two towers and well, just the Lord of the Rings in general and gaming. Because there was games before the two towers.
We cannot hold them!
Those games were of varying quality. I don't really remember too many things that was actually good about the SNES game. There was a PC game called, I believe, War of the Ring. I don't really remember too much for it, other than the fact that Battlefield Earth better. And, well, there was the Fellowship of the Ring. Unlike the Two Towers, which actually got licensed for, to be able to use stuff from the movie, the Fellowship of the Ring only got use out of the books. And let's just say it's not good. It's absolutely terrible. There is so many things wrong with the Fellowship of the Ring, the game, and I'll play it for you one day. If you ask for it, I'm not going to say what I'm going to think. It's not going to be a nice thought, but that game sucks. The Game Boy Advance game, along with the actual console game, I don't know which one's worse. Or they might just suck equally. Now, I played these games before I played the Third Age. I played the Two Towers and the Return of the King before I actually played those games. I came in knowing that those games sucked. I just wanted to see how bad it was. Apparently, it was more than I expected. The only game in my childhood that was worse than the Fellowship of the Ring was Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. For similar reasons, but god damn it, when it comes to games, you don't fuck with Spyro the Dragon. With my Spyro the Dragon was my childhood, and that game just raped my childhood while I was still a child. But the Fellowship of the Ring was horrible. There were a lot of bugs. There were a lot of game-breaking bugs too. The game just wasn't fun. It was difficult, especially that trying to get out of the Shire bit, where you actually have to, not get caught by the Nazgul. That was really difficult, to say the least. Probably the hardest part in the entire game that comes so early, and fuck you, game. But in this one, just to talk about the actual level for once, after you actually kill enough, you have to go, either if you're Legolas, go and save Aragorn, or if you're anybody else, go and save Legolas. Now, I believe Legolas just goes from that position and he stays on the wall. Or I think he might actually follow you. Don't really remember too much because this level is not one I play all too often. There's a lot of enemies, they don't stop coming, and they're always going to be either orcs, Uruk-hai, or shielded orcs. These are the more harder enemies to fight in the game. So, oh well. But here's the thing. I was doing a test playthrough of this. I failed because I wasn't listening to the actual audio file. I wasn't listening to the audio at all, and I didn't have the subtitles on either. No idea why. Right there, archers on the wall. Kill them, or the game won't progress. Now, I had to go originally and look at, actually I'd go and look at an actual walkthrough to figure out how to beat this level. Mainly because they were, you know, it said archers on the wall. I just thought it was going to be like all the other actual parts in the game were like, they'll say something like that, like in the, I thought it was just going to be as insignificant as some of the other things actually said, some of these Helm's Deep levels. But let's just say that after Gimli goes and calls your name, that's your cue that you finished it. Come back here. But after you've killed a little bit more, there are going to be trolls coming. After the trolls are dead, that's the end of the mission. But as you can probably see with the camera, with the actual enemies, with the fact that they don't leave you alone, and the fact that you have to protect this thing, this mission's going to give you shit. Oh, look, berserkers. Really, berserkers. God damn it. But, one of the... after this game, I will definitely say that this is the first really good Lord of the Rings game. After this one, we had the Return of the King, which was better. Then we got the Third Age, which on both actual the console and the Game Boy Advance was better than the previous games. We got Battle for Middle-earth 1, we got Battle for Middle-earth 2, that Rise of the Witch King, which is fucking awesome. We also got Lord of the Rings Online, which is actually a really good MMORPG. I would care about it a bit more if I actually liked playing MMORPGs. But I'll be honest, if I really wanted to play one, I would probably play that one because I actually did have quite a lot of fun with it. It's just, well, I just don't like MMOs all that much. But, wow, I actually had a lot of perfects in that one. Hey, look at my mission rating. Finally got one of those again. Well, see ya, everybody.